Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Reads. Today I wanted to talk about all the movies I watched in the month of January. So I watched a total of 9 movies in January and let's talk about them. So the first movie I watched was this one, La La Land. I watched this on the 2nd of January. Yeah, so I know this movie is pretty famous and pretty well loved, but I didn't like it. I actually really like musical kind of movies. I really enjoyed, for example, Les Miserables, but this movie just wasn't for me. The filming style and just characters and the ending was really weird, and I gave it 2 stars. I don't know what to say more about it, but I really didn't like it. The next movie I watched was on the 6th of January. This was one I mentioned in my TBR, and that was The Informer. I mentioned in my TBR that I wasn't sure I want to see this movie, but I was free from school one day and I was like, I really want to see a movie. And this movie was at a good time, so I thought, why not? And I really, really enjoyed it. I actually gave it 4.5 stars. So the trailer is really not good, I think. It really doesn't say good things about the movie, and the movie was way, way better than that. So this movie is about a guy, an informer for the FBI, and he is trying to get one of the biggest drugs criminals in prison, and he tries to help the FBI with that, but something goes terribly wrong, and the FBI basically just rips him off and he gets into prison. And that is basically what the story is about. And just the twists and turns in the movie were so very good, and I think I haven't really seen like an FBI movie that had this kind of thing, that an informer was set up, and high action, and just I really, really loved it. It was a very good movie. Then the next movie I watched on the 11th of January. This was a rewatch for me, and that is A Quiet Place. This is actually a horror movie, but it's only because of some part of the movie, I think, but I don't really feel it's a horror movie because horror movies are really not my kind of thing, because I easily get nightmares, but this one didn't have that. And this movie is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, because it's so thrilling and so scary. So this movie is about it's basically a science fiction dystopian kind of movie. Something happened on Earth. We don't really know what, but something happened, and a lot of people aren't there anymore. And you follow a family of 5, the parents, 1 girl and 2 boys. And right at the beginning of the movie, you feel that something is wrong, because they don't talk with each other. So the girl is actually deaf. So first you think like, oh, okay, they don't talk because she is deaf, and they just do sign language with each other so she can understand everything. But then the boy drops something and the girl catches it, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god. So you're like, what's going on, And yeah, from then on it just gets scarier and scarier, and it's such a good movie. And I think in April the second part is coming out, which yeah, I'm just like yes, because I didn't know there was going to be a second part. Because of the ending, I thought probably there will be, but yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that one, and I highly recommend this movie. So on the 13th of January, I watched also a movie I mentioned on my TBR, and that is Jojo Rabbit. So this movie is a kind of alternate, no, not really alternate, I think, but a historical fiction kind of movie with a funny twist, which can be a hit or a miss, but I think in this movie it was well done. And it's about World War II, and it's about this little kid, Jojo, and his imaginary friend. And his imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler. And that is pretty funny. It's really funny how yeah, they filmed that. And yeah, as you saw in the trailer, Jojo finds out that his mother is hiding a girl, and that girl is a Jew. And because Jojo is a Nazi, he thinks the girl is really scary and stuff. And he tries to question her about things about Jews. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I gave it 4 stars. It was very funny. I think the representation was very good. I'm not going to say what, but because most of the time I really think that can be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But I think the representation was good, and also the story of this movie was really good. Just seeing the other side of how it is to be in Germany and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And then the same day I watched another movie because I just wanted to see another movie, and that was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So I haven't read the book. I have it on my TBR, but I thought it was on television one night, and we thought why not? Just we recorded it, so yeah, we wanted to watch it. And yeah, you probably already know what this book is about, but this movie is about this home for peculiar children, and the peculiar children have a lot of different abilities, and they need to be in that home because people don't like them and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was darker than I thought, but yeah, it's a Tim Burton movie, so that was to be expected. But yeah, I think I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to reading the book. But I will be waiting with that because I think that not all of the books are out. So yeah, that is that one. Then on the 17th of January, I saw Killing Them Softly. And the main character is played by Brad Pitt. I recently saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I really loved Brad Pitt in that movie, and it just changed my perspective of him, and I wanted to see another movie with him, and this one we also recorded from television, so my father and I was like, yeah, why not? So we watched this, and this wasn't really a very good movie. Because the action was really good, but there was a lot of talking, and the talking didn't really make sense or didn't really add anything to the movie. So yeah, it was just okay. So I gave it 3 stars. Then on the 18th of January, another movie I put on my TBR, and that is Bombshell. And Bombshell is based on the real scandal, and the real scandal is the Me Too. I think the start of Me Too a little bit with Fox News and it's not really the boss, but sort of the boss of Fox News. And yeah, a lot of people criticize this movie, and I can't really understand why. Because first of all, they said, yeah, it was a male producer, so yeah, why? And yeah, it's a movie about women, so why is the male producer? But I read somewhere that the writer of the movie was female, and she specifically chose this producer to produce this movie, so I think that is okay. And yeah, I just think they really it wasn't really heavy-handed, so I think that was really well done. But also they showed the story very well, and yeah, just I think it was a pretty good movie, so I just gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I can't really say anything else about it. I just really enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't really enjoy it was I don't know if you've watched the show House of Cards, but House of Cards, the main character talks to the audience, and that was also in this movie, and I really didn't like that in this movie because I don't think it was very well done. Then another rewatch for me was Captain America Civil War. I watched this one on the 23rd of January. I'm doing a Marvel marathon with my brother, watching all the movies and all the series, and we're about halfway through, and this was the movie we needed to watch. And yeah, this movie is just about Captain America and Iron Man, yeah, having a discussion, sort of, and it's all about that. Can't really say anything about it, sort of spoilery, so yeah, that's it. And yeah, I gave it 4 stars. It isn't my favorite movie, but it's still pretty good. Then the last movie I watched was also a rewatch. Hope I can find it. Yes, and that is The Hobbit Part 2, The Desolation of Smaug. I recently got the Lego game from this movie, and I really enjoyed playing it. So I just wanted to rewatch the movies. Last year we watched Lord of the Rings, so I thought, why not rewatch The Hobbit? And so yeah, this is part 2, so I can't really say anything about it, but I just really love this movie. So I gave it 5 stars. Yeah, it just was really, really good. The only thing I don't really like is that Legolas is in this movie, because it really is pointless. He is in the book, so why is he in the movie? Probably because Orlando Bloom is famous or something, but that's the only thing I don't really like. But the rest just amazing. Bilbo is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, and yeah, I just love it. So these were all the movies I watched in the month of January. The last thing I want to mention was the movies I put on my to be watched but didn't get around to. That is 1917. I probably will watch it this week, but the movie times were just really, really annoying and bad, so we didn't get around to watching it. But I hopefully will be watching it this week. Doolittle I didn't watch. Maybe I'm going to go to it this afternoon, but we will see. Then Bad Boys, part 3 or 4 is it? My brother and his girlfriend also really want to watch, so I just have to wait for them. And then Dark Waters I didn't get around to. So those were all the movies I watched. Let me know what movies you watched. And I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you later.